We are live. Hello, 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 hello. I tried to do this yesterday and I was having some technical issues. Things that look like they're going to be better today. At least I freaking hope so. Now, I didn't give anybody any announcements that I was going to do this today, so hopefully we'll get some people in here. We'll just have to see how that goes. Now, what do I want to talk about? For years, people have been asking me all kinds of questions about why I am the way I am, why I think the way I think, and all of that. Well, I'm going to try to do my best to explain that to you. And why I wrote my book, Corporate America Can Kiss My Ass. That is the title of the book. Now, you might be asking yourself at first, why would I even call the book that? Well, corporate America can kiss my ass. As far as I'm concerned, corporate America is one of the biggest problems with our country. That's one of the biggest problems. Now, why is that? Well, it's very simple. First of all, how many of you out there are living paycheck to paycheck, getting paid every 2 weeks? You pay your bills, and then you're broke for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks later, you do the same thing, and that goes on for the whole life or your entire life. And then it's over. You're done. In the ground, dead. And people just like, oh, that's just the way it is. No, man, that is not just the way it is. You can do whatever you want. You know? You can do whatever you want. Now, this book that I wrote almost never got there. Why was that? Well, people very, very close to me at one point told me my book was stupid. They never even picked up a copy to read it, and they told me it was stupid. And like a dummy, I listened to them. Never again. Never again. Not going to happen. My wife, God bless her, encouraged me to continue with the book and kept getting on my case, and I'm glad she did. I am so glad that she did. Because it put the fire back under my belly. It put it back in there. Put it lit that pilot light that was just a little tiny pilot. The flame came out. It's back, buddy. It is back, and it's stronger, bigger, harder, faster than it ever has been. Now, why am I doing this? I don't know about y'all, but aren't you guys sick and tired of working for other people? Struggling to make ends meet, never having enough money to do this or that, and always being told by people that, that's just the way it is when there's other ways of doing things. You see, there's two kinds of people in this world. There are 98 percenters and 2 percenters. The 98 percenters are the closed-minded, pessimistic skeptics who won't do anything but go, I'm skeptical, and that's all they do. Do they do any research? No. All they do is bitch about the fact that you're trying to do something to better yourself, God forbid. That they're very, very good at. Now, why do they do that? Well, their mission in life is to make anybody who's trying to do anything to make their life better, all they want you to do is be so freaking negative that you'll just go, yeah, like a scared little puppy. Well, guess what, folks? I am not a scared little puppy. I'm a freaking pit bull. Okay? I'm not here to take your games. I'm not here to take your BS. I'm not here to take your crap. I'm here to make a point. Okay? All right? Corporate America has gotten away with it for long enough. If you want to struggle to make ends meet and you want to put up with all that crap. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, you have to go to graduate high school, go to college, get a trade or a skill for something you're passionate about. And then you go and you get this job using said trade or skill and everything's great. Yeah. How about this, folks? The reality of that. You do all those things and you don't find a job in your field. So what do you have to do? You got to find something else. And usually it's a low-wage job. And that puts you in what? The hamster wheel situation where you get paid every 2 weeks, pay your bills, be broke for 2 weeks, get paid every 2 weeks, pay your bills, be broke for 2 weeks, get paid every 2 weeks, pay your bills, be broke for 2 weeks, and on and on and on. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, a decade, a second decade, a third decade. You retire, you're dead. Boom. Boy, isn't that great? And then someone like me shows up and says, hey, have you ever thought about starting your own business? Oh, you've got 5 heads, you whacked out nut job. See, that's how it is. The reason people react that way is they're 98% they're programmed by the negativity of this world, and they just don't know better. It's my job to convince you that that's not the way it is, man. Okay? Think of all the big companies in this world. They had to start somewhere. They all had to start with an idea. Every single one of them began with an idea. And look at all these great companies that are out here. Every freaking one of them, man. They all began with an idea. You know, Henry Ford was told he could never make the Model T. Then he went out and he made the Model T. His engineers told him the V8 engine couldn't be created. And he said, that's not good enough. Keep working on it. Oh, it can't be done. It can't be done. It can't be done. Well, guess what? He was persistent with that. He said, keep working on it. Keep working on it. Keep working. Guess what happened? They figured it out. Hey, imagine that. Now, if he hadn't have been persistent, do you think that would have happened? Do you think somebody else would have figured it out? Yeah, somebody else would have figured it out. That's just one example. Let me give you another example. I don't know the gentleman's name, but there was a janitor who was working in a metal lathe factory, and he's cleaning up one night. Clean up little curlicue metal things, and one of those curlicue metal things went down the staircase and went. That was the inventor of the Slinky. You see? Thinking creatively is the way you do these things. Now, because it's not the traditional, it's only the 2% out of the 98%. You got the 98 and the 2. That's the 100% of the world. Because most of them are in the 98%, the 2%, there's not a lot of people doing it. So we're looked at as outcasts. We're looked at as the ones who are weird. We're looked at the ones who are crazy. We're looked at the ones like we're insane. We're looked at like we don't know what we're doing, and on 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 and on, if you want to freaking believe that nonsense. I don't believe it. And I never will. Why is that? Because I freaking know better. Doggone it. That's why I wrote my book. Okay? I'm not here to waste your time. I'm not here to make you feel good. No, man, I'm here to tell you the way it is. That's why I wrote my book. You know? I mean, geez. You know, people look at me like I'm insane all the time. Okay? Is that going to stop me? Never has. It's never gonna, man. I am who I am, and I'm not going to change. Okay? You know, you might think you got me by the cojones, but that ain't going to happen, man. You know, because, God, I get so tired of this. You know, it's just, there's so much nonsense in our world, man, that people they don't get it. So they would rather make me look like I'm a whacked out nut job versus look at trying their own business. A couple of years ago, I knew somebody who was really into yard sales. And I suggested that, why doesn't she write a little how-to report about yard selling? The do's and don'ts of yard selling. Of course, she looked at me like I had 5 heads. I'm used to it. Doesn't mean the idea isn't valid. There's plenty of people who've never been to a yard sale who could use this information from a seasoned professional yard sailor who goes to yard sales all the time. Now, I use it as an example, but find something that you know about, something you're good at, and write a how-to report about it. It doesn't have to be Shakespeare, as long as the information is valid and good, and somebody can benefit from you reading that information and using it, utilizing it to their advantage. There's nothing wrong with selling information. Okay? That's another reason I wrote my book. Because frankly, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all the mishmash you have to do to get a freaking job. All the stuff, all the hoops you gotta go through. You gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta stand here, you gotta stand there, you gotta go up, you gotta go down, you gotta go in, you gotta go out, you gotta go this way, you gotta go that. Enough! How come I can't just go in there and get the freaking job? Oh, God forbid! Then there's the other ones, the temp companies. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a freaking scam this is. It's a legalized racket that is so crazy, and here's why it's a racket. Okay? You go and you take the tests. You do everything that they ask you to do. You bring your resume, you put on your suit and tie, you go down there, you have your interview. Everything's great, and they say that you're qualified, and ba-da-da-da-da. We'll put you on the availability list. Hey! And that means you can go on their website and look at the jobs that they have available. There's a problem, folks. There's never any jobs available. So you go through all that crap just to find out that you've wasted 3.5 hours of your time taking the interview and taking the test and doing all that stuff just to find out they don't have nothing. Hello! And then when you combat them about it and ask them about it, they say something stupid like, oh, we have stuff, we just don't have anything for you. Yeah. And people wonder why I became an entrepreneur, right? Hello! Jesus. Oh my God. So I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't care if they think I'm a nut job. I don't care if they don't get it. I get it. And I'm trying to convince y'all that you need to change, man. Because, things are going to change and you need to be ready. And you might think I'm crazy and all this, but I really don't care. Okay? Is it obvious that I don't care about that? It's not going to stop me from achieving my goals. As much as some people might want it to happen that way, they'll do everything they can to get you to stop. But you see, there's this little thing about negative energy. Positive people can turn negative energy into positive energy just like that. And I've been doing it for decades, folks. And I'm not going to stop now. So when people start jibber-jabbering about, it's not going to work, and quit while you're ahead, and you're an idiot, and you're unrealistic, and you're a dreamer, and blah, 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 blah. I'm still here, folks. Okay? I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere, man. Okay? So you can be negative if you want to. It ain't going to faze me at all, man. I'm as tough as freaking nails. I don't play that crap with anybody. I don't care who they are. Friend, family, somebody I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. If somebody is going to be a negative, naysaying, closed-minded, pessimistic fool, yes, I called you a fool for being that way. Because you've been pre-programmed by our negative world to just be part of it. When you can be part of the solution. What is the solution? You find a need, you fulfill that need, you make somebody's day better, and you get paid. Did I tell you what to do? No. I told you how to do it. Okay? There's a difference. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And you can take that philosophy and apply it to any profession. Doctor, lawyer, convenience store owner, or a self-published author like myself. Anybody can do this. I read this article years ago about a guy and his wife. They were playing cards one night in Ohio. He was an English teacher, a professor. Kent State University, actually. And they were playing cards one night, and his wife said that they were so poor that she actually knew 101 ways to prepare hamburger. And so he took that as an insult and said to his wife, well, honey, if you'll put out an ad, if you type up those recipes, I'll put an ad in a magazine and we'll see if anybody buys a copy. Yeah, right? They laughed. They thought it was funny. They thought it was stupid. They thought it was silly, right? Well, they hadn't even written the book yet. This is a true story, by the way. The guy's name was Bud Weckhesser. I've got one of his books where he talked about this. Anyway, so he gets the P.O. box and he runs the ad and didn't expect anything to happen and figures, a couple of weeks later, why don't I stop by the post office and see if there's anything there? Well, he goes in and there's a note in his mailbox. Please come to the front desk. Okay. So he goes to the front desk and they said, Mr. Weckhesser, how big is your car? And he's like, it's a sedan. Why? You've got a lot of mail, sir. You might have to make a couple of trips. He had to make 3 trips. He had that much mail. Literally, I'm not kidding about this. He had that much mail. So he gets home with all these bags of mail for orders of this book that hadn't even been written yet. And he says to his wife, honey, remember that book of recipes we were supposed to write? Yeah. Well, long story short, they did it. They made the recipe book. They got it out and they got all the orders out to all the people and they cleared about $60,000 off their first deal. He went on to become a multimillionaire, published several books, all self-published, including a book called Dollars in Your Mailbox, which talks about just that, self-publishing as a business. That's what got me started, folks. Then I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and another book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I read them both back to back. Something changed up here when I did that. I realized that there was other opportunities out there. I realized it wasn't going to be easy. I realized that I had to be persistent. I realized that I had to have a plan of action. I had to know exactly what I'm doing and the steps to get there. Those books gave me the roadmap that I needed in my head to do that. And that's when I started running into all the crap from people. Because I was in all these multi-level marketing companies, which I don't do anymore. Any type of network marketing, I'm not interested. I don't care what your product is. I'm not your man. Okay? I'm done with that. I tried that for 30 years, and every time all it was brick wall, brick wall, brick wall, and the car going into the brick wall. That's all it was. Brick wall, brick wall, brick wall, and the pot of gold's right here. I could never tear down that wall. That's why I got out of it. I got tired of doing that, man. I got tired of talking to people. I got tired of trying to convince them, hey, this is a good thing. Oh, you've got 5 heads, you worked out nut job. I got tired of that, man. I got so tired of that crap. So I got out of network marketing completely. Carrot bars did it for me. And I know I talk about things a lot, and a lot of people don't like what I talk about. I really don't care if you like it or not. We live in a free country, right? The United States of America. I can pretty much say what I want. As long as I'm not violating any laws or anything like that, I'm going to say what I want, man. Because that's what it's all about. I'm just trying to help people. God forbid somebody's trying to help somebody. Ooh, there's a concept. Wow. And I encourage each and every one of you to get a copy of my book. It's available on Amazon. You can look up my name, Charles L. Zito. You can do a search for it. Or Corporate America Can Kiss My Ass. You can look for that. Or you can do, there's a typo in it. It's Corporate America and then Ka My Ass. Because I forgot like a dummy to put the N on the word can. It was a mistake, but you can do a search for it. It's there. It's all good. The book is very, very good. I'm not trying to be biased because I'm the author of it. I've already sold a couple of copies of it, and I've gotten feedback from those people who have bought the book. And they like it. They like it a lot. So I'm very, very happy and blessed that I can actually say that. Now, again, people have always looked at me crazy. They think I don't know what I'm doing. They think I'm an absolute idiot. They think I'm a fool. I'm not, folks. Just because you don't get it, just because you don't understand it, doesn't mean it's crap. People need to be aware of that. And most of them are just pre-programmed by our society. They're pre-programmed. They stay negative. They stay closed-minded. They stay, pessimistic. They stay skeptical. They do all that stuff. But the difference, there's 2 types of skeptics. Okay? Believe it or not, I'm a skeptic. Hey, imagine that, right? But the kind of skeptic I am, I do this little thing called due diligent research. I base it on facts when I make a decision. Okay? I'm not one of these people, oh, look at that. I'm skeptical and that's as far as it goes. No. What that is, people who don't take the time to do any due diligent research on any subject, it doesn't matter what the subject is. Okay? Those people are afraid. They're just afraid. What are they afraid of? Okay? Nothing's going to jump out and bite them. What are they freaking afraid of? Are they afraid of success? God forbid. Ooh. That's nothing to be afraid of. Jeez. Everybody wants success. And so because they're afraid, they're the ones who are going to tell you, yibber jabber jabber jabber, yanny yanny boo boo, blah 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 blah, and expect you to go yipe 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 like a scared little puppy. And then I turn around like a pit bull and go, woof, I'm going to stay right here. Da 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 da, So I don't let things faze me, especially things that are negative. It's not in my nature. I don't do it because it's I'm just going to say it, it's bull crap. All right? It is just flat out bull crap. And yeah, I'm coming out like a pit bull right now. And I hope people watch this. And I hope people share this with their friends, man, because everybody and their brother needs to see this thing. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. So, yeah, I am kind of ranting a little bit. This is an unscripted Facebook Live presentation that originated there on Facebook Live, but I am going to put it on the YouTube platform, and I am going to talk about it on other platforms as well. I'll probably put it on X and a few other ones too. But the bottom line, folks, is you don't have to be scared. You know? You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be negative, okay? Yeah, we live in a negative world, but that doesn't mean you have to be negative as a part of it when you can be positive. Because negativity will do a number on you. It will. It can do a number on you if you let it. And there's people, I've seen good people get browbeaten by negativity, and they fall for it. Why is that? Because they just don't know any better, because it's everywhere, right? And then someone like me shows up and says, hey, why don't you do it this way? And I'm looked at like I got 52 heads and I'm some kind of whacked out nut job, God for freaking bid. Just saying, man. I'm just saying, because good God, that pisses me off. And that's why I wrote my book, folks. Because I know I'm not the only one. How many people have ever been laid off from a job? How many people have ever been fired from a job? How many people have ever been accused of something they had absolutely nothing to do with and fired at a job? It happens. It happens all the time. Hey, what about these open door policies? Give me a freaking break. Open door policy? Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about closed door policy? Here's how they're supposed to work. Okay. You have a problem with a coworker, so you go and you talk to your supervisor about said issue with coworker, and the idea is to get it resolved by having this open door policy. I got this little twitch in my eye, folks. Okay. So you go do that. You complain about whatever's going on. And what happens? They write you up for it. Hey, some open door policy that is, right? It happens, folks. It happens all over the country. And you know what? Corporate America doesn't care. Money, 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 profits, profits, profits. That's all they care. They do not give a flying you-know-what about you. That is for sure. They just want to work you to the ground until you're dead. And give you some little piddly squat wage, so you got to struggle to make ends meet. You get paid every 2 weeks. Pay your bills, be broke. Pay your bills, be broke. Pay your bills, be broke, until the end of freaking time. That's what they want. God forbid, start your own business, make yourself a small fortune, and retire. Hey, there's an idea. But I'm crazy, right? Why? Why am I crazy? I am speaking the truth, and nobody wants to freaking hear it. That's why I'm crazy, right? In other words, I'm not crazy at all. Just people don't want to hear the truth. They'd rather tell me I'm a nut job than listen to the truth. God forbid. Ooh, I'm just telling you reality. Getting paid every 2 weeks sucks. Okay? It does. It sucks. I'm not afraid to say it. It sucks. That's why I wrote my book, folks. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that, man. You can do anything you want. And more people in this world need to figure that out. Because they're getting browbeat by the system. And you know what? Just about every one of them doesn't even realize it. But they have the balls to come up to me and tell me I'm out of my freaking mind because I'm trying to do something on my own. God forbid. Okay? You see why I get irritated? You see why I get annoyed? I have every right to be annoyed. Because I've been dealing with this crap for years. People say, oh, you've been dealing with it for years. Why don't you just quit? I'm not going to freaking quit. I'm on to something. And yeah, it might have taken me a while to get there, but I'm on to something. People might look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm on to something. Okay? All right? So if you don't understand it, and you think I'm a this or a that or whatever it is, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Okay? And the only thing I can say to you is go to chipching.com and order a copy of my book. Or go to Amazon and order a copy of my book. All right? That's what I'll tell you. Just do that. Let me put it to you another way. If you had 100,000 people send you $25, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be awesome? Think about what you could do with that money, right? I mean, after you pay your taxes and fulfill your deals and all of that, you're still going to have quite a bit of money left over. Enough to do what you want, like retire and just be. I'm 61 years old, man. I'll be 62 in a couple of months. I'm not getting any younger. None of us are. You know, I keep hearing about things going on and, stuff going on. And people I know are dropping like flies. People are dying everywhere and stuff. And it's just, you get older and things just start happening. Well, I want to accomplish something, man. I just want to accomplish something. Something that I can say, yes, he did something. Yes, he's known for this book. So I don't care if people think I'm a this, that, and the other. I could care less about that. I got other things to do than focus on that kind of mishmash. So if you want to be a jibber jabberer and be a negative naysayer and you come up to me and get in my face like a freaking drill sergeant, do you think it's going to faze me? No, I'm going to come back like a freaking pit bull. I'm going to come at you like a freaking pit bull from another dimension. And you better be ready if you're going to be like that, because I'm not taking your crap. Period. Now people might say, gee, Chip, why are you talking like this and all of that? Come on. Come on. Look at the world we live in. Negative programming from everywhere you go. It's on the TV, it's on the radio, it's on the internet, it's everywhere, man. And then somebody like me shows up and says, hey, you can do it this way. Again, you've got 5 heads, you whacked out nut job, is the automatic response, even though that is the crappy response. You know what the response I want is? Hey, I'll look at your book, I'll order a copy of it and check it out. That's the response I'm looking for. God forbid. But people are like that. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. They're going to rant. They're going to rave. They're going to bitch. They're going to scream. They're going to holler. But God forbid, whatever you do, don't have your own business. Ooh. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a freaking hot dog stand, for Christ's sake. And they look at me, you got 5 heads, you whacked out nut job. It doesn't matter. It's a business. Oh my God, call out the National Guard. Chip has a business. That's the kind of reaction I get. And it doesn't stop me. It just encourages me to keep going, because I know I am on to something regardless of what people think. All right, now I'm going to change gears for a minute, because my ad came out, folks. My ad is out, and I'm going to show it to you. If I can just find it here. Here it is. Is this it? Yep, here we go. Here we go. Home Business Advertiser Magazine. You may not have ever heard of this magazine before. Home Business Advertiser. The only way to get this is to order a copy, and I'll give you the phone number, 717-426-2438, or go to homebusinessadvertiser.com. It's $5 a copy. It comes out 5 times a year. It doesn't come out in the summer. It comes out January, February, March, April, which is this issue. And then there's one for May, June. And there's not one for July, August. But then September, October, November, December, there is 2 more of them. And if you go to page 32, which I'm going to do right now. Oh, yes, page 32. Where is it? Here it is, page 32. And if you go down, right there, there it is. There's my ad right there. Yeah. And I'm so excited and happy. This magazine was mailed out to 25,000 people. So, starting next week, orders will start coming in. That's going to be great, because I'm here to sell some books, folks. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to sell some books and get my message to the world, because people need to hear it. I thank you for your time. God bless. Please like and share this video with everybody that you know. I'm trying to spread the word, folks, about what I'm doing here, because I don't know about y'all, but working for other people and getting stuck in that paycheck to paycheck rut for your entire life, that is no way to live. And all I'm trying to do is to get you to change your mindset. Now, I thank you for your time. Please like and share the video. God bless you. and good day. Peace.